What underpins a world order is always the financial system. And what we're seeing in the world today, I think, is we are on the brink of a dramatic change where we are about to, and I'll say this boldly, we're about to abandon the traditional system of money and accounting and introduce a new one.
Welcome back to Unfiltered. Listen, I've been warning you over and over, and now the Fed's saying the quiet part out loud. They want a digital currency. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the biggest surveillance tool you will ever see in human history.
And we're motivated by really what Christine was saying, to look very carefully at the potential costs and benefits of issuing a central bank digital currency here in the United States.
Because it is digital, it means the money can be programmed to be spent in any way in which the central bank or the government decides.
By programming CBDC, those money can be precisely targeted for what kind of people can own and what kind of use this money can be utilized.
One of my particular concerns is the World Economic Forum, because they're talking about implementing a carbon allowance. Now, this means each individual will be given a certain amount of, whether it's credit or whatever it is, carbon that they are allowed to emit.
We're developing, through technology, an ability for consumers to measure their own carbon footprint. What does that mean? That's where are they traveling? How are they traveling? What are they eating? What are they consuming on the platform? So, individual carbon footprint tracker.
So if I buy too many plane tickets, or if I buy too much meat, because those things are all supposedly very bad for the environment, my money when I go to fill up my car could then be declined.
Those transaction data in terms of how many coffee I drink every day, where I buy coffee, do I use Uber every day, and what kind of working hours I have. Those non-traditional data can be very useful for financial service providers to give me a credit score. And based on that credit score, the financial service provider give me a credit line.
Again, it really is the most tyrannical form of surveillance we will ever see. When they control the money, they control the world.
Let's have no illusions. We are in rough seas. A winter of global discontent is on the horizon. A cost of living crisis is raging, trust is crumbling, inequalities are exploding, and our planet is burning.
We're facing a food pricing problem in 2022 that's creating havoc around the world. Well, if we don't get on top of this thing quickly, and I don't mean next year, I mean this year, you will have a food availability problem in 2023, and that's going to be hell on.
Could see the biggest labor strike in U.S. history.
It would leave 7,000 trains parked. And that would lead to major problems getting fertilizer to farms, food to grocery stores before it spoils, coal and oil to furnaces, parts to car plants, lumber to home builders, and all of that could cause shortages of just about everything and send sky-high prices to the stratosphere.
Central Colombo, where hundreds of these student protesters are right now making their way towards President Gotabaya Rajapaksa's house. They blame the president and his whole family, really, that have long ruled this country, for destroying its economy, and they want to see them removed from power. But standing in their way are busloads of riot police.
President Biden is using his strongest language yet to describe the nuclear threat from Russia.
At a Democratic fundraiser on Thursday, the president saying the U.S. has not faced the, quote, prospect of Armageddon since the Cuban Missile Crisis.
So there's been a nuclear attack. Don't ask me how or why, just know that the big one has hit.
New York City officials releasing a PSA on what to do in case of a nuclear attack. Their instructions: get inside, and stay tuned.
PSAs like this.
В ход пошел и ядерный шантаж. Речь идет не только о поощряемых Западом
обстрелах Запорожской атомной электростанции, что грозит атомной катастрофой. Хочу напомнить, что наша страна также располагает различными средствами поражения, а по отдельным компонентам и более современными, чем у стран НАТО. И при угрозе территориальной целостности нашей страны для защиты России и нашего народа мы, безусловно, используем все имеющиеся в нашем распоряжении средства. Это не блеф.
Stretching from Iceland to Turkey, the leaders of the 44 European countries are now meeting in Prague. The agenda of the meeting is to build a new order and take a united stand against Russia's war in Ukraine.
For years, Tower Rock has been a monument you've had to admire from afar. But because of these low water levels in the Mississippi River, now you can get as close as you want.
Now, with the record-breaking drought in Europe and what it's revealing, water levels across much of the continent are at the lowest they've been in centuries, and historical artifacts once submerged are now being uncovered.
Time. What if we could go back in time, undo what we've done, and start over? I say what if, because that is simply impossible. There's no extra time.
This is your chance to step up.
To turn pledges to action and put our future back on the right track.
From making climate pledges to taking action, we are running out of time. Reaching net zero and achieving resilience will rely on radical collaboration across sectors, regions, and organizations.
BCG is proud to be the exclusive consulting partner for COP27, hosted by the Egyptian government in Sharm el-Sheikh. This forum will allow us to continue addressing the biggest challenge of our time: climate.
Venuta la sera. Fitte tenebre si sono addensate sulle nostre piazze, strade e città. We've closed all the churches in England for the first time since 1208.
These moments are universal.
We can no longer pretend that we're an isolated individual just concerned about ourselves.
Corona has given this little idea for us to stop and think. Corona is saying all of humanity is one.
This is an opportunity to understand our interconnection.
Brotherhood of humanity is a scientific fact.
Everything is interconnected.
Physical and social borders are becoming more and more irrelevant.
We're all in this together.
Let us be together, exist together. Challenges: can we transform interconnectivity to a connectivity of compassion? Su questa barca ci siamo tutti.